Hello everyone, how's it going? Happy New Year. So last year we had a pretty strong selection of games. I know we had a bloodbath when it came to jobs within the game industry, which really sucks, but when it comes to game releases, we had some majorly really good games. We had Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which was my game of the year, Silent Hill 2 Remake, Stellar Blade, Black Myth Wukong. So we had some really fun games that came out last year. Space Marine 2, I really liked that game. That was just like, it was like playing an old school Xbox 360 game. I just had plain fun with that game. But Black Myth Wukong was especially controversial for an array of reasons, and one of those reasons were it never came to Xbox. Now, there was a report that came out that apparently they had an exclusive deal with Sony. We'll get into that, but let's read into the article because I tend to blab. Xbox fans are pretty much used to being left out when it comes to console games, with developers increasingly more likely to stick to PlayStation and sort out Xbox after the fact. Well, Microsoft doesn't really care about Xbox. I'm not saying that to be cold, but they're more focused on Game Pass. They're doing the Google Stadia objective, but actually following through with it. They're trying to make sure that their game is available on all platforms. You can play their games on your smart TV, on your phone, on your PC. Heck, there are rumors that, not rumors. Phil Spencer stated that he wouldn't be opposed to bringing Halo, their flagship franchise, to PlayStation. Their entire idea is just bring the Game Pass service to everywhere. So, yeah, that's kind of why, whereas PlayStation and Nintendo are much more traditional right now. Stellar Blade, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Rise of Ronin, and Silent Hill 2 were all third-party titles from 2024 that chose to skip Xbox for one reason or another, but it was Black Myth Wukong that lacked an Xbox version that caused the biggest stink. Now, I should say that Sony also releases their games on PC nowadays. Nintendo is technically the only true traditionalist, so I should state of that, but, you know, they still release their games pretty effectively on PlayStation. We know that Black Myth Wukong is coming to Xbox at some point, but the trouble is that Xbox version of the game was indefinitely delayed, with many assuming the weaker Xbox Series S was the cause. Developer Game Science never really confirmed that though, and there was a rampant speculation that Black Myth Wukong was a shady exclusivity deal with PlayStation, further pushed by a dodgy statement from Microsoft itself. So this is the statement they're talking about right here. We can't comment on deals made by our partners with other platform holders, but we remain focused on making Xbox the best platform for gamers, and great games are at the center of that. You could have fooled me, but, you know, I guess they're trying to make a reversal. But, yeah, whenever I heard that argument, my first counter argument to that is, why? Like, there is no benefit for making a shady backroom exclusivity deal. The whole reason you have exclusive deals like this, like with Silent Hill 2 Remake, it is a PlayStation and PC technically exclusive for the rest of the year. Like this year, it's going to come out for Xbox. So the reason they do this is because they give them money. It's like with Call of Duty during the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 era. Xbox got the DLC first because they gave money to Activision Blizzard to gain this exclusive deal. Then on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One era, PlayStation got the exclusive content. So it would make absolutely no sense except opening yourself to, I would assume, legal issues, because you can't keep that stuff secret. You have to put it down that this is an exclusive game and why it's exclusive. Like, you can't just do this. And it benefits nothing. Like, why would Game Science keep this secret? It literally, there's no reason to keep this secret. Like, what are you trying to accomplish here? Like, even with Sony, it's just like, why? There is literally no benefit to keeping this exclusive. I know people are probably going to say, well, it sells more copies on PlayStation. The game was literally made for PC. Like, most of the people playing this game were on PC. I platinumed the game on the PlayStation version, but still, most of the people playing this game were on PC because most of the people playing this game was in China. So the argument for that just completely falls out of the cliff when you just realize all the logical statements that I just stated. There is no benefit to doing this. Over the 4 months since the game released on PlayStation and PC, it now appears as though we finally have an official answer for Black Myth Wukong's Xbox delay, as director Feng Ji, who also goes by Yokar, has straight up blamed the Series S in a new post on the Chinese social media platform Weibo. And that's something I actually I would agree with that, because there have been people who've had issues with that. Baldur's Gate 3, from this video from Yongye, had a delay because they couldn't get it working on Series S. They released the game on PlayStation, but on Xbox they had to delay the game until they got it working, and they had to remove split screen because of this issue. And Microsoft has a policy, I believe, where you have to release the game on both Series X and Series S. So if one doesn't work, well, you're out of luck. You gotta make sure it works on both. So I absolutely believe this. Yokar's post on Weibo, it was in response to Black Myth Wukong's impressive performance during this year's Steam Awards, which has once again proven rather controversial, as the game managed to pick up 3 in total along with Game of the Year. How's that controversial? I don't get it. Like, the people on Steam voted for Black Myth Wukong. Black Myth Wukong got the reward. What's the big deal? Like, I don't get this. Like, how is that controversial? According to the translation by Reset Error, user Yokar explains that he felt a little emotional after seeing the awards in the game nabbed, and that the only thing that would have made 2024 perfect is the release of the Xbox version. Yokar goes on to state that 10 gigabytes shared. Wait, that's all it has? 10 gigabytes? What the fuck? How does anything run on this thing? That is used by Xbox Series S made releasing the game on the system impossible. I bet. Like, I didn't even know it was that. Dude, what the hell would they think in releasing a system like this? Without a few years of optimization experience, that pretty much rules out all the talk about the backhand PlayStation deals, and confirms that many others believe, being that the Series S is once again causing major headaches for a developer. Oh my god. Well, it's like I stated, there is literally no benefit by having a back-end PlayStation deal, but with the Series S, dear god, I don't know how any modern AAA game runs on this console. Like, dear god Christ, it must be an agonizing ordeal to just program anything for this console. Like, the thing is, we've had less powerful versions of consoles for a long time. PlayStation 2 had various versions. PlayStation 4 didn't have one. It had the base model and the Pro model. Xbox had the Xbox 360 Slim, Xbox One, and an Xbox Series X. Nintendo has had an array of different versions of their consoles. Wii had various different models. The handheld generation from Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy SP, 3DS all had different versions that were cheaper. So I just don't get this. Like, usually they release it like a few years after the mainline console, so they get all the technology in order, they know how it operates, they know what to like remove. Like with the PlayStation 3, they remove backwards compatibility with PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1. So yeah, it just blows my mind, because this console just seems like a train wreck. Game Science isn't the only developer that has problems with the Series S. Dune Awakening developer Funcom claimed that working with the system is a challenge, while a former Naughty Dog and Rocksteady developer straight up just wished the console never existed. Baldur's Gate 3 developer Larian even had to drop split screen to get it on the system. Oh, so I was right, yeah. So it's just like Game Science is. So it's not like Game Science is alone when it comes to headaches over the Series S. And there they go. So that's the end of the article. So yeah, the reason it doesn't exist on Xbox is because of the Series S. You can blame that console. And again, I have no idea why they released that console the same time as the Series X. I guess they were hoping that there would be a budget-friendly option that would just appeal to the lower income of people. But even then, like, your entire ideology was like, they put this game plan into motion for the series consoles for a while now. So they should have known, like, this is not going to perform that well. And as I stated, usually console manufacturers wait a few years before they come out with a weaker version that's more budget friendly, because they have the data to create an optimized version, like the PlayStation 3 Slim or the 2DS. But in this case, I guess the Series S is just costing Microsoft even more money, because Black Myth Wukong was a huge game that they missed out on because of this. Not saying that Microsoft is doing that bad. Their entire focus is on Game Pass, and they do own Call of Duty, which makes like $1 billion per year. But regardless, I think that if they do decide to do a new console generation, they should just remove this whole not a disc drive issue. Like, I hate that. That's the whole reason I hate the PlayStation 5 Pro. on top of it being like $700, it's a lack of a disk drive. Like, I already went on a tirade about that, of why I think that's bullshit. But in this case, we now have a confirmation of why it's not on Series X right now. My opinion, just release it on Series X. Like, talk to Phil Spencer, talk to Microsoft, and tell them, hey, we can't do it. This will take years, and it will be just a dead game if we bring it out, like, what he said, years, or what, 2027? Just say, like, hey, let us just release it on Series X. Let us just do that. Or at least let us just release... just release it on Series X. Like, if that's all you can do, just put like a warning label, and also put like it on, make it impossible to be downloaded on Series S. Because at this point, if it's causing this much of a problem where you're years off to having an idealized version, then it's just not worth it anymore. Like, at that point, you might as well just, if Microsoft doesn't budge on that, you might as well just cancel the entire thing and just say, screw it, we might as well have gone with the exclusive deal with Sony. Take some of that money. But there you have it. What do you think about this? Tell me your opinions in the comments below. I really think they should just cancel the Series S version and just go for Series X. Or just cancel the entire project entirely if Microsoft says no. That's my opinion. Tell me if you agree or disagree. Tell me your own opinion. What was your favorite game of 2024? I'd love to hear your opinion. Did you like Black Myth Wukong? Did you hate it? That's it from me. Like, dislike, your choice. Goodbye.